Good afternoon, good night, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Here I am at the HeroClix Cafe, live on Oxit, also on Facebook, live at Lucky Dice Cafe. I think I'm on my page now. I'm on YouTube, and I am also on the Rock Facebook page. So if you're seeing this, you guys chip in and say hi. Um, we had a little, actually, I guess I'm happy and a little. Let me fix this a little bit. There we go. I'm uh, I'm happy and unpleased at the same time tonight because a couple things happened. Um, we both we have all our technical issues done. I mean fixed. Um, so everything's working tonight like it's supposed to. We're live streaming. I see the auction is going. Hey Dennis, how are you doing? Um, yeah, a little bit late. I was about to explain that, Dennis. I guess that's good if she's asleep. It's bad because I can't say hello to her. But in either case, uh, what I was about to say, yeah, we have all our technical difficulties that we had last week worked out. We're back streaming everywhere, and I got on when I wanted to. It was relatively easy, so I'm happy with that. I can view any questions and stuff in Oxit, so you can talk to me there. You can also talk to me again on YouTube, Lucky Dice Cafe, Lucky Dice Cafe YouTube, um, Facebook Live at Lucky Dice Cafe page, on the Rock page, and on my page. Anyway, what happened today is last night. This is something not related to HeroClix, but I was looking at TCG Player where where we sell our cards and stuff at. Most of you probably know that. And I've got a partner that I partner with that I do business with on TCG Player, and we were talking about some things, which led me to analyze how we were getting paid, how much we were getting paid, to break up the system and all that stuff. And so I really analyzed everything on TCG Player last night, and I found some issues. I found some issues where we were not charging correctly on shipping and yada 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 yada. So, anyways, that kept me up for a few hours while I just went through that with a fine tooth comb. Then this morning, when I got up, I called Tyler over to the house before I went in because I had some questions because he's normally the one that fiddles around with TCG Player. And anyways, we spent another 2 hours this morning going through everything again with a fine tooth comb and figuring everything out. And then once that happened, we went back to the store, met my partner, went over everything, made some decisions, changed some things, blah blah. All that was done. And so that got us a late start. And then we started doing some other things, and suddenly I looked down and realized that it was 3:30 in the afternoon, and I had not set up Oxit. So I immediately went and set up Oxit. Well, Oxit has a deal with time frames. You can't like input how long you want your auction to go. It gives you choices and you have to select it. So I couldn't select 6 hours, so I selected 2 hours, and I thought I initiated the auction to start. I came home, and yes, I can. I can see the comments on YouTube now. Yes. So I came home and was in no hurry. I sit here and organized my desk and went through all the little prize goodies and stuff that I've got laying everywhere, so I could do things and get it all. I mean, it was just a little bit messy and a little bit cluttered for me, and so I did all of that, taking my time, and then went on to Oxit finally, and there was no auction. And so I had to go and initiate an auction because I already had it going, and I just decided to just run an hour auction. So the bad news is you got only an hour of auction time today, which maybe that isn't so bad, but you got more of me. You get more of me talking to you and talking about HeroClix and whatever else in life we decide to talk about, like Alabama football or Alabama football. In all seriousness, guys, we're going to talk HeroClix. There has been some things that have happened this week that I'm a little bit excited about. I'm in midst of talking. I've been asked to do some things for WizKids. Um, have I seen the Deceased Zombicide Kickstart is about to end? I have not. Zombicide is not something we sell in our store. I've looked at it. We carried Zombicide. We were going to carry Zombicide in the beginning, but we didn't have a high player interest. And honestly, in all truth, I think Zombicide's a pretty expensive game. And they came out with the zombies and stuff, and people. I remember the Galactus coming out, and I even had people offer me the Galactus to buy, and I just didn't mess with it, and haven't messed with it. And I have nothing against Zombicide. I think that that CMONs are really good. We don't carry a lot of CMON in the store. It's even though I believe that CMON is a very good company, they have very good product. I think they're just a little bit on the high end. And for us, I don't mind carrying high end stuff, but I need to have customers for it, and I just haven't had very many people, at least here in Huntsville, Alabama, that was like all into Zombicide. Otherwise, I would be doing it. And so anyway, that's so I haven't really paid attention to that Kickstarter. Of course, I haven't paid a lot of attention to anything here lately, it seems like. But back to where I was at, things that are going on HeroClix. WizKids contacted me and asked me to write them back and about a request on a very special tournament for next year. And I know it's Deceased. Anyway, they've asked me to do a little write-up. Do a little thing for them that they want me to run something next year. And I'm not saying where, when, or how, but I'm going to be doing that little write-up this weekend. I'm a little bit excited about it. I actually think that I'm going to... you always call it Come On. I always call it CMON. That's funny. Anyway, they... I guess we should just say cool minis or not. How about that? It's... So anyway, I'm looking at doing something there. I'm doing a write-up, and I'm also decided I'm doing it this weekend. I'm sending them something, and I decided to go ahead and include in this everything. I'm in talks with another player not another player, but another person. He is a player too. Into some partnership discussions on some things. And this isn't WizKids, but somebody else independent. I think that we have some very good positive talks, and I don't want to name names or mention anything, but there is something going on that could grossly increase rock and expand rock, expand OP play. So I'm wanting to talk to him. I'm wanting to send all this information into WizKids. I was asked in the very beginning I wasn't asked, I was told that they would like me to do their OP program one day. And I think that I'm interested in doing that, or at least being more involved in that. I have a plan on how to tie the OP program along with regular store play and rock, and I don't think we're going to have WKOs again. My understanding is that WKOs is going to become something else. But I'd like to tie all of that together and make it work. And I have a plan for that, and I'm about to send a proposal for that in. I'm also going to be sending in a proposal for my kids program that I want to do. The plan is to make it a worldwide, but at least a national, but maybe a worldwide. I don't know why we couldn't do it nationally, but I want to make I got a kids program that I was tasked years ago by the VP at WizKids when we first started a partnership. He asked me to create something for kids and to find a way to grow the customer base and get kids playing, and I think I have it. And it's relatively it's not very expensive at all, and it involves a lot of people, and I think it's a good program, and I think it could be the best program and most unique program that um, any gaming company has ever done. And and I'd like to do that, and I'd like to bring WizKids to the forefront in that area, and I'd like to increase our player base and create a future for the game. So I'm sending that proposal in. I'm also telling them I also want to run 2 states next year. I want to firm up what's going on with the Rock Cup and support and the Rock in general, all for next year. I mean, I've been promised things, but I haven't been promised what, when, where, how, and so anyway, I'm going to be doing that and sending that into WizKids and getting the ball rolling so that we can soon announce some of the things that we want to roll out at the same time. I don't know if Aaron's on here yet or not, but I've been talking to Aaron, and we have been talking to WizKids. Aaron has been doing most of the talking. He and I talk, and I talk directly to WizKids when I need to, and a lot of these things that we're talking about, I've talked to them about already. But Aaron does a lot of the harder work where he's going and we're creating some changes we're creating some changes on Silver Age that we want to implement, and we are doing this in conjunction with WizKids because we don't, Silver Age is kind of our thing, although we have input on every facet of HeroClix. We give them input, whether in Modern Age and whatever. But still, Silver Age is more of our baby now. We have Silver Age Worlds, and we're going to be changing the form. We're going to be changing the format. We are going to go to 400 points, and we are going to be having I mean, there's going to be an announcement coming from WizKids, not from us, but it's all things that we've presented to them and we've talked back and forth on and ironed things out. And there's going to be quite a few changes to Silver Age that I think differentiates itself largely from Modern Age. The feeling was when we played Silver Age, we were just playing Modern Age with a little bit more Silver Age, meaning that some of the teams were just entirely Modern Age. Some of the teams were Modern Age and just a little bit of Silver Age. And we want Silver Age to have a different feel. We want Silver Age to we don't want you to walk into a Silver Age tournament and feel like you're just walking Modern Age. We want you to see HeroClix, but it's going to be totally different. Pulp has a different feel. Theme I'm not too hip on. The theme format, it's just not me, but it also still has a different feel. Silver Age is going to have a total different feel in all of them. Going to 400 points with a floor, with some figures put on the shelf for a minute. Anyway, we're going to be doing that's all going to be coming out. Again, we've already agreed to it all. The article or the announcement's being written up. It's coming directly from WizKids. So look for that very soon. And as soon as we launch that, I'm going to be trying to fire Silver Age up. I'm submitting all this stuff to WizKids, and I'm hoping to get some answers. And I want to get Silver Age going, and I'm going to be reaching out to venues based on commitments. I don't know what the WizKids' answer is going to be. It may be something that we do suddenly. It could be something that we phase into. But I do feel like there's a large need right now to get tournaments rolling, and not really on the. I think that we can have the big events. I think we got the Florida event. You got the Rock Cup. You got Nationals. You got people running. We got Worlds, and then we have the stuff at the cons. We have those stuff. What's missing in my mind, if I go back 4 or 5 years, is there's no WKOs. There's not a lot of super qualifiers that are being run all over the place, which to me a super qualifier slash regional. All of those were bigger events that could be run at any time. And the stores are not running. I don't think there's a lot of OP events going on. I don't think there's a lot of Winamaps. We're not selling a lot of Winamaps right now. It's the local play needs to be bumped up so we can feed it into the larger play. Now, when we do a big tournament, there's lots of people out there and they're hungry for the game and they go. But we need to get local slash regional events going again, and get people involved. And that's really what the whole thing that I'm wanting to do is going to try to get that going again. And all of those things. And WizKids knows that if we have a good program in play, and we have play going on in the area, and we get a kids program going, we can increase sales and we can increase interest. I want to walk back into the even Lucky Dice, which I've often referred to as the home of HeroClix, because we're a store that has a lot of HeroClix in it, and we play HeroClix. We had fallen off from COVID to players, but now it's turned back around, and I'm now having steady play every week, with a player base that's growing again, and I think continuing to grow. And it's just a matter of getting in the store. It's also a matter of when you get in the store and you got players that they're doing things that they like to do, and that they're having fun with the players, and it's enjoyable. And I think that I can help create a program that people are interested in going to. So, reading some of Dennis's messages here, he says, well, they want tournaments. I can help internationally. WizKids needs to remodel OP program big time. Agreed. And that's part of what I want to talk to him about. He loves theme format, which I already knew that, because when we went to Worlds, Dennis and I spent a lot of time together, and he played the theme format, and it wasn't that interesting to me until I saw I can't help it. Theme never really, it's still not my favorite thing, but when I walk up and I see a HeroClix tournament and I see the teams, it's like I start wishing, damn it, I wished I built a team and I was playing. It doesn't matter what anybody's playing. It's just when I see something that I don't play in, then I want to I want to start playing. I just want to build something. I don't care if we're playing sealed. I don't care what kind of format it is. I like to play, and when I see people playing, I want to jump in. So I think that's good. We used to sell. There's stores that are still out there, and they're playing HeroClix. I used to have stores that would buy at least one Winamap from me every month, and sometimes it was 2, 3, 4, and they were running events every week. And I think that we can get that going again, along with the OP program. I would love to talk to WizKids, and I would like to have like your simple kits, but I wish the Winamaps and the OP program were one. I wish that we could. What I would like to do is present it all as one package, to where you were getting your OP figures and you had a Winamap and anyways, I think it could be packaged to get more player interest. Of course, what does that mean? It means that we have to have WizKids legal maps, which we do, being put in the kits. They need to be rotated, and it needs to be fresh, and we need to have figures that we're interested in collecting. One of the things I was talking to somebody about today that I think that is lacking in OP kits. Back when I first started playing, things that I liked that are not there anymore. I like the fact that the OP figures that we got, the LEs, were attached to sets. Why was that a good thing? That was a good thing because a lot of people here are collectors. And so when you attach a figure to a set, now I'm not talking about the pre-release events, they are attached. I'm talking about just your regular OP kits. They were attached to sets, and people wanted to collect the whole set. So therefore, they would try to collect those figures so they could complete it. Also, so there was different rarities on the figures, which I don't think we need to put different rarities on the figures, but we should have. There should be participation prizes, and there also should be a harder to get uh, prize that when you won the month or you've won something. I mean, it should be a little bit harder to get, so that means a little bit more, and you're playing for something. The other thing that WizKids is when they used to do this, they had set rules. They changed this, which I think is okay, and they started off with. They sent one set to the judge. There was one set of everything that went to the judge to each place. So, but sometimes the store didn't have a judge, so they just kept that and they would sell them, and WizKids didn't like that. And then you had enough to run an event, and really all that was happened every week is there was generally one figure that we were all playing for. We would play for one figure each week when we went in. Now, you sometimes you had more than one of those figures, and you might have another chance at it on a different week. But the point is those prizes became very special because they were hard to get. So I feel like that's why I'm saying I'd like to go back to a participation where you get something for going every week, but you also have the prize that's harder to get. So those kind of things I would like to go back, and I'd like to also develop a point system that can qualify you for the cup and for nationals and worlds and everything, and you earn those points. You earn those points by playing in the store. Period. I don't care what you play. If you have something that's running the wind, whatever it is, you can get points for it. So I'd like to see that also. I mean, I'm just running through some of my ideas, and I think that would help the game. But I think the other thing that WizKids has never done, which I would be more than glad to help do, because I've been for 20 years, or at least ever since I was a judge. When I was not a judge, I'd have to cut that out. But I have created unique, fun play tournaments. Sometimes, I mean, for example, I used to run a Thanksgiving tournament, and we would put turkeys as objects on the board. Like, we would make a token for a turkey, and I mean, and we could 3D print turkeys, but we'd put the turkeys, and we would have spots on the map. All right, so if I was doing a creative tournament that everybody was playing, I would put these turkeys on the map, and I would put them there, and then and I would say, you put this in square one, this in square two, you're playing on this map, blah, blah, blah. And there, so the turkeys are there. And then what happens is figures go forward, and they eat the turkey, basically. They land on the spot. They have to occupy the spot, and then they get to eat the turkey. Now, if they eat the turkey, they get bonuses. It could be +1s on all their stats. So if you eat 2 turkeys, you get +2, yada, yada, yada. It's a very simple format, and it's tied into Thanksgiving. You got Halloween tournaments and stuff that you can do, and then you got your themed tournaments through it. So what I would like to do is have an OP program that it's not just stores. Right now, the way the OP program is set up is I get these OP prizes from WizKids, and it gives me the ability to run whatever I want. That's good. I don't have a problem with that. But at least once or twice a month, I think that we should have some kind of direction that ties it in, that this is what we're doing this week, and we're playing under this format to win this prize. I don't like, myself as a store, I hate guessing at what I should be doing. I hate always creating something, or like, how do I want to prize this out? How do I want to do that? I want directions. I don't care whether it's HeroClix, Magic, or whatever. I hate when I get kits in and I don't have directions, no matter what game it is, and I don't have directions as to what I'm supposed to do. I'd like things to be run a certain way, and so the players know it. I know it, and everything is that way. So, but again, I see the benefit of having an open a week or two where the venue can do what if you want to run battle royals, if you want to run a sealed, if you want to do, if you want to just have, I have no problem with that. But we also need to have some structure, and I think structure would produce interest in the interest in play. I think that it would be fun. I would be interested in going to planning a format. That's I look forward 3 weeks from now, and I find out that there's like the Thanksgiving format. So I start thinking about what I want to play to try to do that. And I think that there's a bunch of us judges that have a slew full of formats. The key is not to complicate them too much. They need to be something that you can that is played with somewhat ease and not hard to understand. But I think we could put those formats out every month, and even some of them could recirculate, and they could be themed to the month. They could be themed to something that was going on. Even set releases, you can actually theme them. Wheels comes out. I think that there's some kind of theme that we could do that month that Wheels came out, and theme a tournament targeting that set. And it always does it. And sometimes the theme may just be running a 300-point format. But the point is I think there should be some structure in the OP program along with all of these things. And I think if we did that, I think that we could get more interest in the weekly and monthly play, because I think that HeroClix is lacking in that area largely right now. Hey, Mark. Mark says there was a store that I went to that had a Halloween month. Bonuses for each week based on Universal's movie monsters. Exactly. There's all kinds of things like that that are out there. Dennis says the structure would be excellent. I remember when the WKs usually would have more people than Nationals. And that's true. There's the WKOs are very exciting. The point is we need a better... I think that OP needs to be better all the way around. And I also think... And again, WizKids has asked me to do something that I can't talk about yet. But what they're wanting is to sell more product. And I think there's a way to create... I think there's a way to do both. I think there's a way to create... first of all, if you get people in the store playing, you're going to sell more product. It's just the way that it is. Every Wednesday, I sell more HeroClix product. It just happens. No matter whether we're playing sealed or not, people just come in and buy. It also gives them the opportunity to check out what's just came in the store. It's just a natural thing. Now, so Mark is giving me a little bit of rundown. He says distribution hasn't been the greatest either. My store barely got any wheels and tours because of Alliance. When I was running Mexican National, the dentist says when I was running Mexican, they sent a complete file on how the national prizes that would be available this year. Not even that. And that's exactly right. It needs to be. I would like to just take the whole program from top to bottom and tie it all together with points and structure. And I think that it can be done, but it takes somebody that cares and that can look at the whole thing. And I'm not saying that WizKids doesn't care. I'm saying that they've got a lot of people doing a lot of things. I guess I'm gonna say it the nice way. But I think that I can do it. I think that, and I also, whatever we come up with or whatever I came up with, it's probably not going to be perfect. It's probably not everybody's going to like it. There's going to be some people. There's always is change. Some people always have something bad to say, but I think overall we can do a better job, and I think that we can improve it, and I also think that I think we can increase HeroClix. I think it can be better. The local level is down. It's bad. It needs to be better, and it can be. Anytime we have slewfuls of people coming from everywhere, like I know David Newmark in Florida, he was worried that this year was going to be his worst year, and it's actually his best year so far, and he hasn't even had it yet. Hey, how you doing, bud? That's NCS ACPT11 says hello from uh, PR, Puerto Rico. Cool, man. I was just looking today at we have a winter map that's scheduled to go out in Puerto Rico, so it'll be coming. We're sending that out next year. Um, we also need a judge testing program. We played around with that and we were doing that, and I don't, and that's something that Rock can do. It's just it's Whiz Kids. I think that when this thing happened a few years ago before COVID with Wizards, that a lot of companies have shied away from the judge program and they're leery about the judging and what Wizards had to go through with Magic, and so I think that that's when we start talking judge programs. I think that that's a little bit of fear with some of the companies. Um, but yeah, I would like to. Those are all the kind of things that's going on. That's on my mind. Oh, hey, Michael. Didn't know that was you. Good to talk to you, man. Michael is again. He is from Puerto Rico, and Michael kind of heads the group up in Puerto Rico and runs the states. And he's running some winter maps. He likes to run. He kind of organizes all the stuff down there. They often don't have a venue to play at, but they'll go get a place and they'll play. And so there's quite a few players in Puerto Rico, um, and I'm glad to support him. He has been buying rock kits and been with Rock, I think, since the very beginning. And he was very excited about getting the support, and I've always tried to make sure that he got supported. We're a little, I mean, Puerto Rico is part of the United States, but it doesn't feel to me when we're shipping out, even though it's a zip code and the whole 9 yards, it still doesn't feel. It feels like, I mean, I can even say that about Hawaii to a certain degree. It's part of the United States, but it feels like we're going more international when we go to Puerto Rico and we go to Hawaii and we go to Australia and we go. We're going over to Taiwan and we're going to all these different places, even Canada. It just feels, I want it to be more international. I want this thing to keep spreading. Mexico, all the places that we go to. I like it being rock international, not just rock domestic. And I think that we've succeeded in that. And I think it's continuing to grow. I think because of the lack of WKOs and the lack of some events, even nationals, a lot of people in this last year have turned to rock to buy rock kits to be able to run national events. Australia did it. They bought because we have the stuff, we have the pricing, and they're able to use it at their national tournaments and on a different level. The states tournaments, some our states tournaments, the pricing was great in, and I'm wanting to do 2 of those this year. I'm wanting to do a Silver Age, and I'm wanting to do a Modern Age, which is also part of what I'm going to be mailing to WizKids this weekend. Is I'm wanting to tell them what I want to do, and I need to make sure that I'm going to get that support from them. The problem that I've had with WizKids ever since the very beginning is not that they don't give me an answer; it's how long they take to give me an answer. So, anyway, we. For those that are reaching out, things that you guys can do to help is to post and make to write WizKids and say, hey, there's support rock. We want more rock events. We want more prizing. We love the maps. Blah blah blah. We would like to see WizKids. We'd like to see HeroClix expand. Anything that you guys can do, making comments to WizKids. Those things help. They read them, and I like them to know that there is. I got Jay Major in the house. He's bidding away. Watch out, everybody. He's about to buy everything. So anyway, I would like to see. I just want to expand. I think that most of the people that I know in HeroClix, yes, they do read them. Dennis says they do read them, and they do. And I'd like to see. I like to see more people. I like to just see HeroClix better. Those of us, and Jay Major's a good example, and Dennis is another example, and Mark is a good example. We're not just in this, we want the game to grow. We want the game to be better. We care about the game. We're vested in the game, either mentally, financially. We love it, and we want it to be bigger and better. We want more people playing. Um, we're not trying to manipulate things for ourselves, meaning that um, we're not trying to take the game and make it ours. We're trying to make it. We're trying to input the game to make it everybody's and have everybody have more. And sometimes I think people, they sit there. Well, I don't like that, so I'm not doing this. Well, it's not about me, you, I. It's about us, and we have to look at it that way when we're doing HeroClix, and that's the way I try to look at it. I want the game to grow. Um, there's some things that I don't really like that I would. I'll be honest. The changes coming up in Silver Age. I'm actually more interested in playing it than I was before. I never was. I played Silver Age, but I never. Even though Silver Age has been adopted. Silver Age has been adopted by Rock, and that's what we push because of the way it was. And what I said before or earlier was that Silver Age just felt like an extension of Modern Age. Like it was like 90% of what was being run in Silver Age was the same thing being run in Modern Age, and it just felt it just felt the same. And we and because and it just didn't interest me enough to go back and look at all that. But now with the changes that are coming forward, with the new format that's coming, with the new points, I think that it's a little bit more interesting. I think it feels like it's another format now, and I think it might be fun. I'm very interested to see what people come up with at 400 points. I think that there's going to be some things played that normally wouldn't get played. Now you're playing some of your bigger pieces. There is a clause that's going to be coming out. I think that everybody's going to be interested in. Even though we're making it a floor, there is a clause that's allowing newer, bigger pieces to be played, and you'll read about that when we do that. The changes are quite a bit, Mark. It's a lot of. We're also trying to not get rid of, but a lot of things this year went from modern into silver, obviously. So we're trying to create, and you'll see how we're doing that, and I'm sure we'll be answering a lot of questions, but we're trying to create something that doesn't feel the same. So we don't want you. I mean, like I'm going to use an example. Like everybody has had a few years full of Scarlet Witch. Okay, so maybe you can't play Scarlet Witch in Silver Age right now. Maybe she's on the shelf for a little while, so that people can come into the game and play with something new and fresh. And we got fresh, different teams and different things, a different format, 400 points. You have half your team has to be truly in Silver Age. It can't just be all. You can't build a whole modern team. It's going to create a lot of different team builds, a lot of different thought, and a lot of different interaction, and a lot of freshness. You're going to be able to go on the tables and look around the tables, and it's going to not look like Modern Age, which is the main thing. We don't want it to be Modern Age. And me myself, I love Modern Age. It's not my Modern Age is not my favorite format right now, but I do love it. I always have. And I enjoy it, and that's all I would play for a while. I've never been interested in Golden Age. I liked Golden Age for about the first Golden Age that we had. I liked it, and what I mean by that is when the first rotation, everything became Golden Age. So when we had a Golden Age tournament, we could play with all those initial figures, and it didn't overwhelm me, and so I was okay with that. But Golden Age has become, as every year goes by, Golden Age is now 20 years. We got 20 years of Golden Age, and I really just don't feel like going back and trying to look at everything that far back and build teams. Just hasn't been interesting to me. So again, so Silver Age this coming year is going to have a different look, a different feel. It's not going to feel like modern at all. And I'm very interested to see how it plays out. I think it's going to be good. And yeah, no matter what format you go with, no matter what format you create, and again, I was about to tell you that my favorite thing to play right now is Pulp. I really love Pulp. Um, but no matter whether it's Pulp, which I like, or whether it's Silver, which Dennis likes, or Modern, which Jay likes, or Silver that somebody else likes, all of them develop their own meta, and their meta may or may not be some of the same figures between each other, but they're all going to develop their own meta. It's just a natural thing to occur. So we'll see what Silver Age meta is going to be. It's a 400 point build, and it requires. And I also think that the Silver Age format is also something that would be interesting in team play. We run at the Rock Cup every year to differentiate between what WizKids does. We used to do the same thing. So WizKids does a Worlds where they do sealed, and I love it. It's like one of my most favorite thing to do is play in that event. But we want to be different than that and not just repeat what they do, which we did at first. We used to run sealed teams every year also, and people loved it. But I decided one year, let's do something different, and we made a teams constructed. And so we have a teams constructed event, 3 versus 3 players, and it's an extreme Highlander rule in the play where nobody can play the same. Only one figure can be on there at all. So and another player on the team cannot play it. So if I'm playing Wolverine, then that one Wolverine is the only Wolverine that can be on any one of our teams. I can't use another Wolverine, and they can't use a Wolverine. Now, you can use a different Wolverine, but you can't use that Wolverine. So that makes it. I don't know. I don't know either. I remember there being some 400 point tournaments back, and I think you could correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, but I think we actually had a world championship that was 400 points one year. So anyway, back to the Highlander. I think that doing a 400 point extreme Highlander teams event might be interesting. That might be something that could be fun to play. There's also going to be some figures that you're going to be seeing coming back into play that was possibly banned, and that's going to be recharged up, and we'll see how that goes. One of those figures I happened to win the World Championship with, so that ought to be a clue as something that's coming along that we're going to see more of in Silver. Also, there's going to be some map changes. I think that we're going to slowly make our map list a little bit slimmer and going forward, so that we can catch up to get. The whole idea now is that we're playing on a smaller map, and figures are going to be made. Supposedly, figures are going to be made for that smaller map. I question that, but we'll see. Anyway, as we go along, so we're trying to go towards that also, to the smaller map, but it's going to take a while for us to catch up, because it's Silver Age. You can't just okay, we're just going all small maps, and we're going to use all the figures that you're regularly used to using, and it's got to be a period of time that goes on. So Silver Age, I think, the figures will slowly, how far back we go, the stopping point or the starting point, however you want to look at it, is going to slowly come forward. And I think the maps will eventually, 5 years from now, maybe we're playing with all small maps, Silver and Modern, and all the figures that we're playing with in Silver and Modern are made for those maps. But it takes a while for that to happen. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a year that I want to say that Yeah, they do. They need to update their silver. Well, that's what's coming, Dennis. That's the when I told you. I don't know if you were here earlier, but what is coming? What we've been discussing with WizKids and setting up. You're about to get an announcement from WizKids about the update on Silver Age, and it's the rules and bans and all of that. That's what's about to hit. That's the thing. The changes, the 400 points, all that's coming. It's being written as we speak. Yeah, I thought so. Wasn't that with? I keep wanting to say it was with icons. Didn't we? When the year that we had icons, didn't we run a 400 point world? I do believe it was. It seems like somewhere in that time frame. If it wasn't, I feel like it was icons when we had the Superman that dominated the game. It seems like we went 400 points then, somewhere right in there. Maybe it was Legacy, somewhere in there. But somewhere when we ran the 400 points before, I know it wasn't carded figures. We were using only uncarded figures back that time ago. So we're going back years, and all of us guys that are in here are really old with really poor memories, on the edge of getting Alzheimer's, and there's no way that we're going to ever remember what that was. So anyway, but I think that it's somewhere in there. I do remember it. I do remember it very well. That was also at the time where you had the different qualifying. So you would play sealed one day, and then you would play a floor from the newest set the next day. They would combine the totals, and then the people that had the better totals would go and they would play. And I'm pretty sure that year that the people that qualified, they ended up playing in a 400 point modern. All right, so the auction just ended. Did not have the normal amount of bids that we normally have, so I think people probably got things a little bit cheaper, and that's okay with me. Reason being is I didn't schedule the auction until very late because people that were in the first part of the stream heard the explanation, but basically I got caught up last night on another problem unrelated to HeroClix, and then which carried over this morning, and the day just got to wait for me, and I'm like, oh hell, it's 3:30. I forgot to do the auction. So anyway, my first WizKid tournament was when Raw. Wait a minute, that was your first. What do you mean by that? Not your first time you played HeroClix. That was your first WizKids tournament when we met, huh? Meaning that was the first tournament that WizKids ran, but not the first event that you went to. I think that's what you're implying. All right, so I guess let me add, I got a little bit more organized. Before I get into the booster, let's add some stuff in. We are carrying over from last week, so we already have a bounty prize pile started. We have rock dice and lucky dice, cafe dice, and some LEs and tarot card. I'm going through this just so I can remember what I put in here and I don't double up. So let's get this thing going. So we're going to add a team up card in there. I'm going to throw in a Black Panther team up card. I'm going to take a whole set of LEs. These LEs are from Galactic Guardians, and there was a whole set that you could get 4 of them. This is back when I was talking about that the LEs that you could win at OP on the weekly events, they were tied into the set. So this was a Fantastic Four theme set, but it was an odd Fantastic Four. So you had Spider-Man, and you had the Hulk, and you had Iron Man in his blue suit, and then you had the Thing, and they were all well, actually Thing is from Chaos Wars, so you almost got a whole set, but I'm gonna throw the Thing in there too because I already pulled them out. Who was the other one? Well, who was the maybe was it just 3? I don't know. Anyway, those guys were in the Fantastic Four for a minute, and I'm gonna throw those in there. They're still in their package. They haven't been opened. Now I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to get 2 legacy cards. I'm going to get a Fire Lord and a Red Shift, throwing those in the pile. Then I've got like tubs and tubs of these. And I'm gonna just every time I pull one, I'm just gonna switch tubs, so we're always mixing it up. I'm gonna put a prime in here, and I'm not gonna search for the prime because I don't want to take too long doing it because I got so many things in here. I'm just gonna put the card and I'll pull the prime later. So I'm gonna put the prime card to the side to remind me that I've got to still get the figure. And then I'm going to put in a chameleon. Now the chameleon is, now the prime is a Black Panther, and it's from Black Panther and the Illuminati. That's the prime. Then I'm putting in a chameleon, and the chameleon is Superior Foes of Spider-Man. That's a pretty interesting figure. This is a friend of mine. This is one of the figures that got designed by a world champion, and maybe arguably one of the best three. If some people would maybe argue the best, period. And that's Patrick. And I can never say Patrick's last name. It's Jacopo. He's a multi-world champion. And what's cool about this is he's got the chameleon looking in the mirror. And if you look in the mirror, both on the figure and on the thing, that's Patrick's face that's on there. So I thought that was really, really cool. Which legacy is it? Which legacy did I put in? I put in Fire Lord from the storyline event and Red Shift from the storyline event. So that's out of this thing, and then I'm going to reach over here and get a little bit more, not a whole lot more, because we got a pretty good pile going. I'm going to reach into my X of Swords basket. I've already got we'll put in another Captain Avalon, and then we'll add in the legacy card from the brick. How you doing, Miguel? All right, so we're putting the legacy card from the event, and we will open up our brick and get this thing going. Of course, we got to pick a figure first, but we'll do that as soon as I get these things labeled. We will pick a figure. Again, for those that have not been here, I would just number them in order as I pulled them off. But some people questioned, including myself, whether people that certain numbers were producing a better chance, and so we eliminated that. And now what happens is I shuffle them up, and after I shuffle them up, I randomly grab them and assign numbers to them, so nobody knows what. I like to have them this way too, because it's easier to write on that side. So nobody knows. They can't say that I picked brick number 1 in the set, and they're trying to guess where the chase or where the money figure is. It's all completely random, and everybody has an even chance. And everybody has liked this idea, and I like the idea. This is honestly how I also do my sealed events in the store. I will open the bricks, or open 2 bricks sometimes, and I will scramble them all together and shuffle them and then pass them out. The bigger events, not so much, but definitely on the smaller events. So anyway, let's start numbering these things, and we'll start. We'll pick a figure. So I'm gonna start over here, and I'm gonna go number 1. 2. Do it this way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, first two nominations on a super rare from the set from Wills will be our bounty. So let's go to it, guys. Everybody, I can see everywhere tonight, so you guys start naming the figure that you would like to be the bounty. First figure that's named twice we will be our figure. So let's hear it. What's everybody want to be the bounty tonight? Brother Voodoo. I need Headless Horseman is a chase. Mark. No, never mind. I feel like he's a chase. Headless Horseman. So we got a Headless Horseman and we got a Brother Voodoo. We need a second on any of those, or we need something else. All right. Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze. Somebody do another nomination. I don't have a lot of people here tonight. Well, actually, it's not too bad. Somebody else nominate. We got nearly 20 overall, and just from what I'm seeing, about 20 people between all the rooms. All right, Cade Master is all right. Headless Horseman it is. So we are looking for the Headless Horseman. That is our bounty figure. Again, if I don't pull it in this first brick, the Headless Horseman will remain the bounty figure into the second brick. And when we get to the second brick, I will add in more goodies. Every time we do it, we open up a new brick, more cool stuff goes in. Yeah, he is. I for some reason, just on the top of my head. Okay, let's see what we got here. Looks like a pretty good start. So we're opening up booster number 1. We do have our first super rare for the night. It's not the super rare we're looking for. This guy's got his head. All right. So we got a Fire Demon common. We got a Zombie common. We got a Sasquatch rare. And then we got a Phantom Rider super rare. That's booster number 1. All right, booster number 2. Didn't see that. You might have said it too early, but we're going with what we chose. We're going with, which is funny. It's funny that you, Dennis, go away, stop, don't say things. I'm just kidding. So we have another super rare. We got a Howard the Duck common. Okay, Brother Voodoo super rare. We got a Werewolf common, and we got a Moon Knight rare. So booster 2 could have won the bounty had we chose Brother Voodoo. All right, number 3. So it'd be nice if every booster we opened was going to be a super rare, except for the chase. But so far we were 2 for 2. Oh. Now you know what? In this I'll be damned. We're 3 for 3. 3 for 3 with the super rares. First 3 bricks. So number 3 has Zombie common. It's got a Fire Demon common, and it's got a motorcycle. Guys, I had 60 motorcycles and 60 Hell Cycles at the store, and I have no more left. I sold them out. I need more of them. I almost feel like opening up some more of the Vengeance is selling good, and but the motorcycles and Hell Cycles by far are selling like crazy. And the super rare in this set is Man Thing. I haven't really looked at Man Thing's dial real good. I would imagine he's pretty good. All the Man Things that have been, pretty much all the Man Things that we've had in the past, they usually have poison, and they're hard to hit. They have a real high defense. And so I imagine he's similar. I think we had a Man Thing with a pulse wave one time too. Good, Mark. Well, tell Aaron. All right. Wow, man. We are on a roll. We are on a roll. So my next question to you, I would like to know who has booster number 4. Who has booster number 4? Speak up, please. Me, says Mark. Me did good. Werewolf. Wow, this is almost themed. You got a werewolf by night uncommon, a vampire common, a werewolf common, and you got the chase. You got cat wolf. Yay, cat wolf. Not bad at all. Like I said, if you just had one more, some kind of wolf of something and no vampire, I mean, it is all still monsters, but I mean, you could have had cat wolf and been cool to have the werewolves with cat wolf all together. All right, booster number 5. Now that ain't gonna continue. I hope it does. I hope this is the crazy set that's got every super rare in it. But in general, yeah, man wolf. In general, that doesn't happen. So, yep, finally have one without a super rare. Still a pretty good little pack. So you got a Nightmare uncommon, very decent piece. Robbie Ray's common, Blade common, really good common piece, and you got a Moon Knight rare who is, I'm not going to say he's like super great. He's not bad, but he's fun. Moon Knight is fun to play because of the different things he can do. All right, number 6. Yeah, we hope that we get one of those orange boosters that's got some good stuff in it. Also, this is also another brick that I wish that I had because of certain things in it. No super rare in this one either, but we got the piece I was just talking about that I've sold out of in it. You got a Hell Cycle uncommon, a Mummy common, an Iron Fist rare, a Night Nurse common. I think Night Nurse isn't bad as a good support piece, but so far every time I played her, she died like turn 2. It's like everybody goes straight for the nurse. All right, now we're going to boost 7. Lucky 7, maybe? Man! We do have another super rare. How about that? Another super rare. All right, we got Elsa Bloodstone. I've been wanting to play. I've been hoping to pull her in sealed and in battle royals, and I've yet to get to pull her. It's aggravating me. All right, then we got a Yeti common, Robbie Ray's common, and then we got a Blade super rare on his motorcycle. Not bad. All right, booster number 8. All right, Dennis. Man, I really wished I had this brick because I could really use this brick for inventory. You got good stuff, Dennis. No super rare in here, but you do have good stuff. You have a Night Nurse common. You have Howard the Duck. See, I'm sending myself to you. Howard the Duck's coming. And then you got a Hell Cycle uncommon, which is the piece, again, one of the ones I'm talking about. And you got a Black Heart rare, who I think that we will see in pulp. Number 9. I'm Howard the Brock. You can't have, I'm telling you right now, you cannot have too many Hell Cycles and motorcycles, if nothing else, to sell or to trade. They're very, very desirable. It is the number one. Those two are the number one selling figures in this set. All right, so you got an Elsa uncommon, a Ghost Rider uncommon. You got a Ghost Rider common, and then you got a Zarathos rare. That's a team right there. Just play with those 4 figures. That's pretty damn good. I don't know what the point total is, but that's a team. All right, number 10. Well, I think they're kind of like the cloak. What's good about them is you get to choose what you need. To me, it's like an entity that's locked, with a lock power. Okay, so this is booster number 10. It's the last one out of this brick. You have a orb that is not broke, rare, a Nicanto uncommon, a Blackout uncommon, and a Frenchie. Frenchie is also something that is like that, but he's not quite as popular. He's not that bad though. He's not as popular as the motorcycles. Okay, so that takes us to the next brick. We still are looking for a Headless Horseman, and we now get to throw in some more stuff. So the first thing we'll do is we'll throw in a Legacy card. So now we got those in there. And I saw this guy laying over here. I did this on purpose. This is the captain. He is an LE. He is out of, what is he out of? He is out of What If. So that's the captain out of What If. And let's throw in some things that we haven't thrown in yet. Let's do another team up card. We'll do the Invisible Woman. That's out of, I think that's out of Fantastic Four. Future Empire. And let's throw in, let me get rid of some of these I just got singles of. Got more of those. We'll throw in a Legacy. It's a Joe Fixit. So we'll throw in a Joe Fixit Legacy. And let's reach over in here. Try to get something that I can just pull the figure out of. There we go. Yeah. All right, we're going to throw in a super rare. This is T-Ray out of Deadpool. He's going in there. Let's we'll do a Red Skull. Red Skull out of Avengers Assemble. Let's do a mystery card too. I think we'll call it at that. Mystery card. Let's do the Case of Unlocking Raven's Spellbook. So we'll throw that in there. And now let's open up another brick. How do you guys, I mean, I think the biggest complaint about wheels would be that you only get 4 figures. Me personally, I think it's cool that they glow. It's a nice twist. I know the figures are a little bit bigger, but if glowing is what made us get 4 figures, I'd rather have non-glowing and a 5th figure. But anyway, it's cool, and I'm okay with the 4 figures. But I would like to have the 5 figures back. But it's a good set. It feels really weird playing the Battle Royal when you're passing them around because it goes quicker. You don't have that fifth one that you're putting out. I also like. I'm not too hip. I mean, I know the pieces are. It's partly because of the way the pieces are designed. You have a lot of pieces the way they're attached on there, but the plastic, it's definitely harder to get the pieces out of the plastic in this set than it was in previous set. The plastic is very stiff, and it's anyway, it's kind of hard to do, in my opinion. And I think that so we have bricks that we have boosters that we're getting that's just got broke pieces in it before we even touch. I mean, we open it up and it's broke, and then we're also breaking pieces, getting them out of the plastic because it's harder to get them out because the plastic just seems to be more firm. Anyway, that's to me. I want to go back to the regular boosters, but it's a nice change. All right, so number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. All right. So here we go, number 11. So we are still looking for a headless horseman for the bounty, which is the bounty figure. So if we pull a headless horseman, you will get the bounty prizes, which is, you know, pretty good pile right now. Number 11. We did not pull the super rare this time right off the bat. So we have a little bit of anticipation building right now. I kind of like the anticipation. All right. Werewolf, common. Hand Ninja, uncommon. Man Wolf, uncommon. Zerathos, rare. I opened 2 golden bricks on BF, and let me say, old figs were way more brittle. The Golden Age, I wouldn't disagree with that. Also, the Golden Age, you also could say they were more brittle, but if you're opening up Golden Age pieces, I don't know how far you're going back, but they've been being stored for quite a while, so I would think that being stored probably in a heat-induced and then a cold-induced place, it would be more brittle just from the weather. So number 12. Number 12, we have a common Ghost Rider, we have uncommon Blackout, we have an uncommon Mordred the Mystic, and we have a Ghost Rider 034 rare. Booster 13. Unleash was your first set. Mine was Hyper Time. I'm old. All right, so let's go to let's see, we're on Booster 13. Let's see how well Booster 13 did. We haven't pulled a prime yet tonight, have we? We're due to have a prime. I don't remember pulling a prime for the other set. So we got a Damon Hellstrom, rare. We got a Night Nurse, a common, a Blade common, and we have a Ghost Rider, uncommon 022. I felt Hyper Time wasn't a very good set. I mean, if you compare Infinity Challenge to Hyper Time, Infinity Challenge was a very much superior set. The point values were so out of whack on both of them, but I mean, I never could understand. It seemed like the point values weren't based so much on ability back then as much as popularity. I mean, you take that Superman that came in Hyper Time, and he really, for how many points he he really sucked. But then you compare him to a Fire Lord in Infinity Challenge that was only, depending on which rev you got, was only 60 to 92, I believe he was. Okay, who's got booster number? Who has booster number 14? You're gonna be happy. Tell me who you are. So anyway, uh, it seemed like the figures that were more popular with people cost more rather than based on point values. Mark, no way. Oh my God, Mark. Jesus Christ. All right. You have a Fire Demon common, a Vampire common, a Robbie Reyes uncommon, and you got a Ghost Surfer Chase. Good job. Good night there. All right, now we're going to 15. Yeah, very lucky tonight. Mark's racking up. Wow, this is the almost all white booster. I'll show it to you in just a minute. We just needed one more white piece in there. I don't think I've ever seen that before. All right, so we got a Mummy common, an Elsa Bloodstone uncommon, and we do have a super rare. We have a Phantom Rider super rare and a Yeti. And you can see what I'm talking about, almost all white, except for Elsa. All right, booster 16. Yeah, exactly. It seems like, wow, the point value was not based on what he could do. It had to be based on the fact that he was Superman. He wasn't that good. I mean, Firelord kicked his butt at a quarter of the price. Okay. I like this. I like this one. I like this little booster here. You got a Vampire common. You got a Hell Cycle uncommon. You got a Yeti common, but then you also got a Zadkiel super rare. All right, going to booster number 17. I think it was the same. Wasn't it the same chase? What the one that you got broke? Let's see. Here's the first broke one that I've seen. Not chase. This is the first broke piece that I've seen. Oh, I haven't tried to pull them out, obviously, but this is a broke piece, and the most common broke piece in the set. Orb, also known as Evil Knievel. Fortunately, that particular chase is easy to fix. It goes right on the base. And anyway, so we got a Werewolf common, a Man-Wolf uncommon, a Zombie common, and we got an Orb rare. Dennis is excited that he didn't get an Orb. Well, you can now. You got two of them. All right, booster number 18. Why am I out of Oxit? Somehow or another, I got kicked out of Oxit. I hope nobody's been talking to me over there. I didn't realize it till I just looked over there. Why am I not in Oxit? Oxit's off my screen. I'm back now. No, I'm not. I don't know. Something's kicking me out. I don't know what it is. That happens periodically on this particular computer. All right, number 18. Okay, 18's good. Good stuff in here. You got a common Robbie Reyes, a Werewolf by Night uncommon, a Frenchie common, and you got a Ghost Rider super rare 048, the one that's doing the wheelie. That's good. I think I don't know that any of the Ghost Riders are bad. I think they're all pretty good, whether they got a motorcycle or not. And the one that doesn't have one, you give them a motorcycle or give them a Hell Cycle, and you know, he's just like everybody, all the other ones. All right, we are still looking for a Headless Horseman. Headless Horseman is our bounty figure. We have 2 more chances at it. So, weird, man. Maybe this last box has got a prime in it. I don't think I've opened up a case and not got a prime yet. We got a Mummy common, a Howard the Duck common. We have a Ghost Rider rare 032. That's the one I was just talking about. And then we also have a Ghost Rider 034. That is the, I believe that's the she Ghost Rider on a motorcycle. So we got that. And then last but not least, this is our last booster. We should be able to, is that what you've got tonight so far, Mark? You've got 2 chases, and that's pretty darn good. 2 chases and 4 super rares. Is that what you're counting? All right, so number 20. Come on, be a prime. Yeah, how about that? We called it. We have a prime in here. Just the case count. Well, we have a prime in this one. Finally got our prime. We got a Frenchie common, a Electra rare, a Blade common, and we have a Damon Hellstrom prime. I like those Damon Hellstroms. I think they're pretty good. I like the fact, especially when you're in the set, they don't take mystics. I think that's kind of important in when you're playing in this set. All right, guys. So, Mark, you racked up tonight. You got both chases and 1 senior. Everybody that was been on the stream hates you now. They're going to write bad things, and your name is going to be posted on bathroom walls from all over the United States now because you got 2 chases and 1 senior tonight. But anyway, congrats to everybody. I enjoyed it tonight. Sorry we got the late start on the auction. I didn't even have a chance. I'm sorry that I didn't get the auction going earlier. I didn't have a chance today to announce it. So I suffer when that happens. We have a lower turnout, but you know I'm happy with what we had. Auction was okay. I'm fine with it. We had good pools, and I think everybody had a good time. But that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm going to go relax for a little bit. May do a little bit more work tonight, but definitely going to get the relax part in. I've had a long day, and I was up late last night working, so I'd kind of we'd like to relax a little bit, maybe watch some TV, maybe watch a little bit of football, maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Enjoyed it. We'll be back next week. We'll have it. We will get it started early and get back to some normalcy. Next week will be our first one in December. I can't believe it's almost Christmas. I got to sometime or another. I got to start working on Christmas for my kids and grandkids, and oh my God, I feel like I'm not too far away from my grandkids having kids. That's really scary. But anyway, you guys have a good night. Enjoyed it, and talk to you soon. Be looking for the post I mentioned about by WizKids. I hope it comes out within the next week. But be looking for it. It's going to be all about Silver Age. Good night, guys.